So yesterday, the story of the former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu and his wife Beatrice was all over social media, according to reports. They were arrested and charged to court for bringing a child to the UK for alleged organ harvesting. Investigation was launched after detectives were alerted to the potential offenses under the modern slavery legislation in May 2022. Now, there are so many angles to this story, and I think BC was trying to establish it during the paper review, and I'll let you continue with that stuff because it's important that we get the stories as we have available to us before we then dig into. So let you finish with your...
Yeah, so this I read actually in The Sun. And so he took this young man from Nigeria, and the young boy claimed he was 21 years old according to the passport, and he had already written to the embassy that he was bringing him for medical treatment.
He was donor.
Donor, yes, that's medical, yeah. And he had submitted that already before they came. But when they got there, according to the first story that the police has, said that they took this young man to the hospital. By the time they got there, the doctor questioned him, and he said he was 15. Definitely, the doctor felt he was a minor, so sent him home, that they were not going to carry out the procedures. By the time he got home, according to the story, they said they were maltreating him, which made him run away, and he stayed 2 days on the streets of London before finally he found his way to the police station and reported. And that's when they picked up Ekweremadu. When they picked him up, I think he had £20,000, which was also confiscated by the UK government. And then he was being quizzed. But another source that was close to the family said that this boy actually told, David Ugbo, actually told them that he was 21 years old, and that was the reason they had brought him. And he knew what he was coming for. But by the time he got to the UK, he started liaising with another family member who stays in the UK. And it was the family member who told him what to do, what to say, to go and report them for trafficking. So I just hope that the UK government will do a proper investigation, because this matter, it gets us.
So, you know, I mean, I was reading somewhere that there's this new thing in the UK where even the Prime Minister is really, they're really investigating a lot of these organ trafficking that is ongoing. So this might just be one of those ones they just want to latch on to. But just like you said, we hope, it's like a scapegoat. We hope that the proper investigation is done, because the angles, there's so many layers. Yeah. The economic hardship in Nigeria that even lead somebody to even offer themselves, number one. The second thing is that many family members find loved ones who are willing to offer their organs.
It's not always black and white. And the story had loopholes. So when I now found out another information from Ubi Franklin, who is a questionable witness, because we've had him say many stories that are not true. So when I saw this, I was taking it with a pinch of salt. But his statement was that the boy, in particular, was trying to file for asylum. And he had been coached on the words to use to get asylum. So the kidney issue was a legitimate reason for him to go. And now that he's already there, he wanted to find a way not to have to come back to Nigeria, because according to the arrangement, he only had visiting visa on a medical grounds, after which he's meant to come back. You see better life, he no won't come back.
Let's talk about the legitimacy for a second, because the legal way is probably what they did earlier, which is the Turkish guy that they found his they were able to get his kidney, but it didn't match according to the report. I know it wasn't there. Based on what I read, there was a Turkish organ that they got. Unfortunately, it didn't match. So that's why he now went to maybe get this young boy. For somebody, possibly Nigerian. Now, the problem is that the thing is that he actually wrote to the embassy. So he wasn't trying to cover up. For somebody who was trying to organ harvest,
you wouldn't try
to traffic, you would not legally ask for. You probably smuggle him somehow into the country, but you wrote a letter to the embassy specifically for this.
What you were going for.
What could be your intention?
Yes, in crimes like that where they have a structure, to ensure that nobody is being taken advantage of, to ensure that nobody's vulnerability is also capitalized on by somebody balanced. That's why this happened. Yesterday I felt pained on behalf of the former Deputy Senate President and his family. I see the family in a desperate situation with a child lying on the sickbed, looking for ways to save the life of their child and not being as logical, calculative, and careful as they should have been on this issue. So they, for me, are also victims. That's where I see it. Because the law is the law. But we know that the law doesn't always play here.
Because if this had happened in Nigeria, it might not be, they wouldn't
If
have
it happened
any issue.
in Nigeria, the truth is, even with my lawyer background, I'll go and sleep. I'll not have read it over and over as I read it last night.
Unfortunately, he happened.
But it happened in a state, in a place where they'll be in court for years.
Right.
They'll argue why, how. They will, in fact, so the investigation by the police has been done, but the court itself, the trial is another experience entirely.
What if the Ekweremadu's are guilty?
Yes, possible.
What if they knowingly found a way to find a vulnerable person who would not ask too many questions to donate to their daughter because they're not uninformed? They live in the UK. This family live, the children, according to what we read, you know, when things like this happen, your entire life story will be extracted online. Right now, what we're hearing is the family actually live in the UK. Yeah. Other children are actually in the UK. So they are not people that are unaware of the laws of that place. So what are they trying to do? There's a picture of the boy. If it is that picture, because you know Nigeria, they can doctor stories and bring one innocent boy and say that's the picture of the boy. But there's a picture of the boy making the rounds. If that's the picture of the boy, that boy is not 21. Do you understand? If that's the picture, he is not 21. The boy looks like a boy, which will be why the doctor might be questioning him to say, how old are you? Because you look young. Yeah. So there were many things desperation could have made them do. And the assumption of being innocent is also until they are proven guilty. Or they are guilty until proven innocent. Yeah. I mean, the law is like innocence.
Really, when it also comes to organ harvesting or transfer or giving your kidney out, it's not really about the age of the person. It's the willingness. Did the person agree? Did the person put pen to paper to say, I am doing this? Or we have come to an agreement legally.
He's not supposed to.
He cannot do that. So the other part would now be that the Ekweremadus were aware that what they were going to do was illegal, and that's why they kept it hush-hush.
We need to take the turn now.
As a parent, you are moved when something like this happens to your child, and you suspend all logic. But in that suspension, can we recognize that there's no one life that is superior to another life? In that suspension, can we recognize that even though that this child is in dire need of this, I wouldn't want to hurt another child to make my own child better?